Good morning, everyone. In the yesterday session, we have done the revision, what we have learned from the last 45 days to 50 days of time in our Spring Boot course. What are the topics we have learned so far? Those topics we have revised. So we started our journey with the Spring framework 40 days, 45 days back. We learned these concepts from the Spring framework. Then once we got the fundamental concepts of the Spring framework like IOC container, dependency injection, auto wiring, bean lifecycle, bean scopes. Then we started our discussion related to Spring Boot here. Spring Boot is one of the most important topic that every Java developer should know. Okay, so in the Spring Boot, we understood what is this Spring Boot and what is the difference between Spring and Spring Boot. What are the advantages of using this Spring Boot and what is the Spring Initializer and what is POM starters, auto configuration, component scanning, what is the start class in the Spring Boot, how the Spring Boot start class will work internally, what is the run method, how to work with the banner in the Spring Boot, and what is runner in the Spring Boot. We discussed that. After completion of discussion related to the Spring Boot, then we started Spring Data JPA, which is very famous in the market nowadays to perform database operations by using Java application. So for every application, database will be available to perform the operations, CRUD operations, storing the data, update the data, delete the data, retrieve the data. So for that, we used our data JPA concept here. So in the data JPA, we have several repositories available like CRUD repository, JPA repository. They provided several predefined methods, find by methods, and we can write our own queries, custom queries we can execute like SQL queries, HQL queries. We can implement pagination, sorting, query by example, timestamping, and generators concept is also available. And next, we started discussion related to WebMVC, one of the most important module from Spring and Spring Boot. It is used to develop web applications by using Spring Boot, right? So in the WebMVC, we have seen the architecture, what is the dispatcher servlet, what is the handler mapper, what is the controller, model and view resolver, and view component available. And we have seen time leaf as presentation, form bindings, form validations, CRUD operations, JSP, how to handle exceptions, class-based exception handling, and global exception handling, how to send emails by using Spring Boot with Java mail sender, how to implement login and registration applications, how to read the query parameters in the Spring Boot, what is the response body, and how to work with embedded containers, Tomcat and Jetty. By default, we will get Tomcat as an embedded container. If you want Jetty also, you can configure. And we discussed about embedded databases concept. When we are going for POC development, temporary databases are required. For that, we can use H2 database for temporary. When the application started, then database will start. When the application is stopped, then database will be stopped. Then we discussed about HTTP session concept. When user login, we will store the data in the session. When user log out, we will remove the data from the session. Throughout the application, we need to maintain user identity. So that's why we will use session concept. And we discussed about phone book application requirement. I hope you guys completed that. And we discussed about actuators concept in the Spring Boot that is used to monitor and manage our application, and profiles concept available. In the real time, every application will deal with multiple environments like dev, SIT, UAT, production, like that. And for every environment, specific configuration properties will be available. Every time changing those properties is difficult. Every time changing those properties is difficult. That's the reason for every environment, separate profile will be created, and we will configure which profile we want to activate, which profile we want to read when we are developing and when we are deploying that application. So in the main properties file, we can activate the profile spring.profiles.active is equal to dev or QA or production, whatever profile you want, you can activate it. Along with this, we attended some tools classes also like Maven tool, GitHub tool, Log4j tool, JMeter tool we have learned. Maven is used as a build tool Maven is used as a build tool. By using this Maven, we can automate our project to build process. By using Maven, we can automate our project build process. And for code integration, we used GitHub. So multiple team members will be working in the project. All the team members' code should be integrated at one place. So that's where we are going to use this GitHub tool here. And we have seen Log4j, which is used to implement logging for our application. And we have seen JMeter, that is used to implement performance testing for our application. So in the last 45 days or 50 days of time, almost 2 months, we worked on these topics in the Spring Boot. Okay, now we are going to start with another part of the movie. Movie part 1 is completed. Now we are going to learn the second part of the movie. So as part of this second part of the movie, we are going to learn Spring REST concept. I mean to say, we need to understand REST API development. We need to understand REST API development. Then we need to understand Spring Cloud concepts. Spring Cloud concepts we need to learn. And we need to learn microservices here. We need to learn microservices, and we need to learn Spring security. Okay, so already we covered Spring Core, Spring Boot, JPA, MVC. 4 topics are completed and another 4 topics are pending. So the remaining topics are REST API development, how to develop a REST API, and what is Spring Cloud, why we need to go for this Spring Cloud, and what are microservices, and what is Spring security. So these things we are going to learn as part of the second part of the movie. So from today, we are going to start with these 4 concepts. So it will take another 30 to 40 days of time in order to complete these topics. Okay, so once we complete these topics, then we can say our Spring Boot microservices got completed. REST API development, Spring Cloud, microservices, and Spring security topics we have to learn. Now, before going to start these concepts, I want to hear from you. Anybody having any idea what is the meaning of REST API, guys? What is the meaning of REST API? Any idea what is the meaning of REST API? We are going to learn the REST API now. So before going to start this REST API, basically, do you have any idea what is the meaning of REST API?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, come on. Can anyone tell me what is the meaning of this REST API?
Instead of sending UI page, we send JSON format.
Yes, why? Why we need to send that?
Exposing data over REST endpoints or using REST protocol.
Why we need to do that? That is my
for
question.
application to application communication, like business to business communication, we need a API or web services.
Okay.
So using the REST principles, developing an API is called REST API.
REST APIs. Okay. Good.
Sir, sir, I think, sir, like, sir, our one web, like, sir, we are using, sir, our website, weather website, and, sir, I want some information other website. So, sir, that time, sir, how our API return something data, right?
Okay. So simple example, I will tell you. So whenever you go to our Ashok IT website, you are getting some OTPs to your WhatsApp number or not? Guys, are you getting OTP to your WhatsApp number? Did you receive any OTP from Ashok IT to your WhatsApp number?
Yes, sir.
So WhatsApp is my application or WhatsApp is another company application? WhatsApp is my application or WhatsApp is another company application, guys?
Other company.
So how Ashok IT project, so Ashok IT website is available, which is developed by using Spring Boot. This Ashok IT website is sending a message to the students in the WhatsApp. The WhatsApp is developed by other company. Okay. So how Ashok IT project is communicating with the WhatsApp project? WhatsApp is one application. Ashok IT is one application. Ashok IT having one application. WhatsApp is having another application. So these 2 projects are communicating to send the messages. So can I say Ashok IT project is communicating with WhatsApp project to send the messages to the people? Can I say Ashok IT project is communicating with the WhatsApp project to send the messages to the people?
Yes, sir.
Yes or
Yes,
no?
sir.
Yes.
Yes.
So this is called web services concept, guys. Okay. So we are going to learn the new topic in our course, that is web services. Very, 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 very important, guys. In the real time, every project nowadays, in the real time, every Java project will be developed based on this web services concept only. So what is the meaning of this web services concept? Web services, nothing but it is one distributed technology. Web service, nothing but it is a distributed technology which is used to develop distributed applications. So we are going to learn web services concept. So what is the meaning of this web services? Web services is a distributed technology which is used to develop distributed applications. What is the meaning of distributed applications? Distributed applications, nothing but if one application is communicating with another application, then those applications are called as distributed applications. If one application is communicating with another application, then those applications are called as distributed applications. So for example, as I have told you, example 1. Now www.ashokit.in, this is our project. This project is communicating with the WhatsApp application. It is communicating with the WhatsApp application to send the messages to the students, to send the OTP to the students. And the next one, if you see your Google Pay application is communicating with your SBI bank application. So you have the account in the SBI. Now you are transferring the amount by using Google Pay. Okay, so you go to a restaurant, you have taken food and you are paying the bill. They are giving the scanner. So from your Google Pay, you are paying the amount to the restaurant. Your account is in the SBI bank. Your amount is there in the SBI bank. But payment you are doing by using Google Pay. That means your Google Pay application is communicating with the SBI bank application. Google Pay application is communicating with the SBI bank application. And the next one, when you go for Make My Trip application, when you go for Make My Trip application to book the railway tickets, Make My Trip application is going to communicate with the IRCTC application. So Make My Trip is one project. By using this, you can book the train tickets. But actually, who is the owner of the train tickets booking in the India? IRCTC is available. Make My Trip application is communicating with the IRCTC application for train tickets booking. So like this, in the real time, you can see so many scenarios. One project is going to communicate with the another project. If one project is going to communicate with the another project, then we need to implement web services here. And one more thing, so here my front-end application is available. That front-end application should communicate with my back-end application. The front-end application is developed by using Angular. The front-end application is developed by using Angular or React. My back-end application is developed by using Java Spring Boot. Okay, these are also two different projects only. One project is developed by using Angular, another project is developed by using Java, and they are communicating. So now you have seen, I told you that our website, front end is Angular, back end is Spring Boot. So one project is communicating with the another project. One project is communicating with the another project. Such kind of projects are called as distributed projects. In order to develop that kind of distributed projects, we are going to use a concept called web services concept. So what is the meaning of web services here? Web service, nothing but it is a distributed technology which is used to develop distributed applications. What is the meaning of distributed application? If one application is communicating with the another application, then those applications are called as distributed applications. Distributed applications are used for business to business communications, guys. Distributed applications are used for business to business communication. Business to business communication, which is also called as B2B communication, communication. So one project is developed and it wants to communicate with the another project. So if one project is communicating with the another project, then that project is called as a distributed project or a distributed application. In order to develop that kind of distributed application, we need to go for web services concept. Can anyone speak out? What is the meaning of web services? Can anyone tell me what is the meaning of web services, guys? Can you just read the definition? What is the meaning of web service?
It is a distributed technology which is used to develop distributed applications.
Yes, it is a distributed technology which is used to develop the distributed applications. So when we can say one application is a distributed application, if one application is communicating with the another application, then those applications are called as distributed applications. If one application is communicating with the another application, then those applications are called as distributed applications. Okay, so Ashok IT website is communicating with the WhatsApp website. So Ashok IT project communicating with the WhatsApp to send the OTPs to the people. Google Pay application will communicate with your bank application for the transaction. Make My Trip application will communicate with the IRCTS application for train tickets booking. Our front-end applications are going to communicate with the back-end application. Front-end UI is developed using Angular. Back-end is developed by using Java. So one project is going to communicate with the another project to develop such kind of a projects. In the real time, most of the projects are distributed projects only. Most of the projects in the real time are distributed projects only. So to develop such kind of distributed projects, we can use web services concept. To develop the distributed applications, we are going to use web services. Web services we can develop in two ways, guys. Web services we can develop in two ways. Okay, what are the two ways? One is SOAP based web services. And the second one is RESTful web services. One is SOAP web services, another one is RESTful web services. These SOAP web services are XML based web services and these are outdated in the market. So earlier, when I started my career as a Java developer, at that time, these SOAP web services are very famous in the market. So the SOAP web services are XML based web services. That means one application will communicate with the another application by using XML as a mediator. But currently in the market, the SOAP based web services are outdated. People are not using that. Maybe some legacy projects are currently working with the SOAP web services, but the latest microservices projects are not working with the SOAP web services. Current market trend is RESTful web services. These are XML and JSON based. It supports for XML and it supports for JSON also. These RESTful web services are currently trending in the market. Okay, so if you want to develop a project which is going to communicate with the another project, then you need to implement web services concept in your project. Web services is nothing but it is a distributed technology which is used to develop distributed applications. If one application is communicating with another application, then those applications are called as distributed applications, right? So distributed applications are mainly used for B2B communication, nothing but business to business communication. So how to develop these distributed applications? I mean to say web services. These web services can be developed in two ways, guys. One is by using SOAP based web services. Another one is by using RESTful web services. So 10 years back, people used to develop SOAP based web services by using XML concept. But currently, the SOAP web services are outdated in the market. People are developing RESTful web services. They are currently trending in the market. So what is REST API? So when we are going to develop the RESTful web services, people will call it as a REST API. So what is the meaning of REST API here? REST API is nothing but, REST API means in distributed application. REST API means distributed application. REST API nothing but one distributed application. REST API means one distributed application which can communicate with, which will provide the services, to other applications. What is the meaning of REST API? REST API means one distributed application which will provide services to other applications. So when we say REST API, people may call the REST API as REST service, may call as a REST service, or may call as a REST web service, RESTful web service. Multiple names are available. RESTful web service. Some people will call it as a microservice also. All are same. REST API. REST API means one distributed application which will provide the services to other applications is called REST API. REST API nothing but a REST service, RESTful web service, and a microservice. Okay, so REST API nothing but one web service which is used to develop a application which will communicate with the another application. So how these REST APIs we are going to develop? So let's understand REST API architecture, guys. Let's understand REST API architecture. How this REST API is going to be developed and how the REST APIs will work in the market. How the REST APIs will be developed and how they will work in the market. So when we go for REST API development, mainly two important things will be available. Okay, so two important things will be available in the REST API. So in this REST API, one thing is called as a provider. One thing is called as a provider and the second thing is called as a consumer. So when we are developing the REST API, mainly two components will be available in this REST API. Okay, REST API architecture. When we are going to develop any REST API, what is the architecture it is going to follow? In the REST API architecture, mainly two components will be available, guys. What are those two components? One is called as provider, and another one is called as a consumer. Provider is available and consumer is available. So what is the meaning of provider? Provider means any application which is providing services to other applications. What is the meaning of a provider here? Provider means any application which is providing services to other applications is called as a provider application. Any application which is providing services to other applications is called as a provider. Okay, next one, what is a consumer? Consumer means the application which is taking services from other applications is called as a consumer application. So when we are going for the REST APIs development, so in the REST API architecture, mainly two actors will be available. One is called as a provider, another one is called as a consumer. So what is the difference between provider and consumer? Provider means the application which is giving the services to other applications. Next one, consumer. Consumer means the application which is accessing the services from other applications. Now, if you see in our scenario, so WhatsApp is providing the service for Ashok IT to send the OTPs for the mobile numbers. And here Ashok IT is acting as a consumer. So Ashok IT application is communicating with the WhatsApp application to send the OTP for the student. Then WhatsApp application will send the response to the Ashok IT. So here we are going to send HTTP request to the WhatsApp to send the message. Then I will get the HTTP response back from the WhatsApp. So Ashok IT is one project. and WhatsApp is another project. Ashok IT project is communicating with the WhatsApp application. So Ashok IT is taking the service of the WhatsApp. WhatsApp is used to send the messages to the people. WhatsApp is a provider. WhatsApp is provider. Provider means any application which is providing business services to other applications is called provider. So what is the meaning of provider? Provider means the application which is providing business services to other applications is called as a provider application. Then what is the meaning of consumer? Any application which is taking the services from the other applications is called as a consumer application. Let me take another scenario. Now, Make My Trip application is available, IRCTC is available. IRCTC is the owner of the Indian Railways. Okay, so here IRCTC acting as a provider, Make My Trip is acting as a consumer. So if you want to book a train ticket by using Make My Trip will internally communicate with the IRCTC only to book the ticket. So IRCTC giving the services to the Make My Trip. Make My Trip is taking the service from the IRCTC. IRCTC will send a request for, Make My Trip will send a request for the IRCTC. IRCTC will send the response back to the Make My Trip. Okay, so now here, if you see, I will go to my website, that is Make My Trip website. For example, I'm going to Make My Trip website. So in this Make My Trip website, I can book the train tickets. Okay, so I can book the train tickets by using Make My Trip. Go to the trains option. So for example, from Mumbai to Delhi, I want to book a train ticket, so and so date. Okay, so third AC or first AC, anything, AC, all classes, sleeper class, I want to book. From Mumbai to Delhi, 23rd September, I want to book a train ticket. So click on search option. So it will display all the trains which are available on that day. It is displaying all the trains which are available on that day. Who is giving this trains information to the Make My Trip? Make My Trip is a government project or Make My Trip is a private company project, guys? Make My Trip is a government project or Make My Trip is a private company project?
Government.
Make My Trip is government project, huh?
Private.
Make My Trip is a private company, travel company. It's a travel agency. Make My Trip is a travel agency. So for the train tickets booking, government is maintaining one project that is called IRCTC, Indian Railway Tourism Catering Service is available. IRCTC project is available. IRCTC is Indian central government project. IRCTC project is Indian central government project. So if you see here, if you go to IRCTC, IRCTC will maintain all the Indian railway system. Okay, the complete Indian railway system is maintained by IRCTC. IRCTC project is India's central government project. So IRCTC will know all the railway system available in the India. But people can book train tickets using Make My Trip also. They can book the train tickets by using IRCTC also. IRCTC is the government project. So this will maintain all the trains which are available in the India, all the railway stations which are available in the India, which train is traveling from which station to which station, what is the price, what is the time, journey time. So everything will be maintained by the IRCTC because it is Indian government project. But people can book the tickets by using Make My Trip also. Train tickets you can book by using Make My Trip also. How the Make My Trip is getting the trains details? How the Make My Trip is getting the trains details, guys? Make My Trip is communicating with the IRCTC application to get the train tickets. Make My Trip application communicating with the IRCTC application to get the train tickets. Now tell me, who is a provider? Who is a consumer here?
IRCTC provider.
Make My Trip is consumer.
What is the meaning of a provider? Who is giving the services to other applications? Any application which is giving the services to other applications is called as a provider application. Then what is a consumer? Any application which is taking the services from the other applications is called as a consumer application. So here IRCTC is a provider, Make My Trip is a consumer. Now coming to Ashok IT website. Ashok IT is sending WhatsApp message. So who is a provider? WhatsApp is a provider. Ashok IT is a consumer. Ashok IT project is taking the services of the WhatsApp to send the messages. Make My Trip application taking the services of the IRCTC to provide the train tickets booking. So when we are going for web services development, you need to understand that. So in the web services development, two actors will be available. One application will play the role of the provider, another application will play the role of the consumer. So provider means the application which is giving business services to other applications is called as provider. Consumer means the application which is taking the services from the other applications is called as consumer application. So IRCTC is a provider, Make My Trip is a consumer. WhatsApp is a provider, Ashok IT is a consumer. And let me show you one more scenario. So here, Ashok IT people using, so in our website, we are using WhatsApp for sending the messages. WhatsApp I am using to send the messages, and I am using Teachable platform in order to provide the videos. Teachable website is available. You guys are watching the videos in the Teachable, right? Teachable is my website or it is a third-party website? Guys, Teachable is my website or it is a third-party website?
Third party.
It is a third-party website we are using to store the videos for the people. So Teachable is a US-based company. This WhatsApp also US-based company. Teachable also US-based company. So WhatsApp application we are using to send the messages. Teachable platform, Teachable website we are using to store the videos for the people. Now here I have developed one website. Ashok IT backend application is available. So Ashok IT backend application. Okay, this Ashok IT backend application is developed by using Spring Boot. Ashok IT backend application developed by using Spring Boot. And similarly, Ashok IT front-end application is available. Ashok IT backend application is available. Front-end application is also available. This backend application I developed by using Spring Boot. My backend project is developed by using Spring Boot. Okay, guys. Now my front-end application is developed by using Angular. My front-end application is developed by using Angular. Are you clear with my point? Front-end application is available, back-end application is also available. So back-end application developed by using Spring Boot and front-end application developed by using Angular. So what is the communication here? So end users will come, your student of Ashok IT. So you will come to the Ashok IT website and you will access the application of Ashok IT. Okay, so you will send a request to the Ashok IT front-end application. You are sending the request to the Ashok IT front-end application. It is giving the response to you. But what is happening internally? Ashok IT front-end application will communicate with the Ashok IT back-end application. Back-end application will give the response to the front-end application. So in this Ashok IT back-end application, sometimes we will communicate with the WhatsApp to send the messages. Sometimes we will communicate with the Teachable to send the video access for the student. To send the video access for the student, we are communicating. Now tell me, who is a provider, who is a consumer now? Can you understand this scenario of Ashok IT website now? Front end is developed by using Angular, back end is developed by using Spring Boot. So in this application, WhatsApp integration is available to send the messages for the people. Teachable integration is available to give the video access for the people. Come on, guys. So there are
Ashok IT consumer, WhatsApp and Teachable are providers.
Yes. So here there are 4 projects integrated, guys. So 4 projects are working in the background. Whatever the Ashok IT website that you are seeing in this website is containing 4 projects in the backend, 4 projects in the background. For you, it is one project that you see here. It is one project that you see here. But when you go to the internal architecture of this project now, this project is developed like this. This project is developed like this. So you are an end user for my project. You are an end user for my project and you will access my website. So you will send a request for the Angular application and you will get the response from the Angular application. That Angular application is communicating with the backend application which is developed by using Spring Boot. That backend application will communicate with the WhatsApp. That backend application will communicate with the WhatsApp, not only with WhatsApp and Teachable. It is also going to communicate with the one more website, which is called Razorpay. Payment integration is also available in the Ashoka IT. Okay, payment integration is also available in the Ashoka IT. Razorpay integration is also available. Razorpay is another third-party application. So if student want to purchase a course in the website, directly they can do the payment by using Razorpay and they can get the course. Now you see here, you log in into the website with your student mail ID. So here if you see, these are the courses that you have seen, you have already taken. If you want to purchase a new course, enroll for the course. So these are the courses available. Yesterday I have added this filter. So when you are going for enroll for course now, so many courses are coming. People will get confused which course to select. That's why I have given one filter. Yesterday night I added this code in the website. I have given one filter. So in this, have you seen this filter yesterday, guys? No. So yesterday night at 11 o'clock I added this filter in the website. So when you select Java full stack, only Java courses will come for the payment. When you select Python full stack, only Python courses will come. DevOps course. Cloud computing, no courses available. UI full stack, UI courses are available. Software testing, no. Database, no. Data science, no. Linux, no. So whatever the courses are available, you can filter them. If you select Java, Java related courses are coming. Now, for example, there is DSA course available, data structures and algorithms. Any student want to do the payment in the online directly. Okay, they want to do the payment in the online directly. So they will click here to enroll. When you click here to enroll, it will display the course name, mode, trainer, fees, backup videos. If you want backup videos 2000, course fees 8000, backup videos 2000, total 10,000. If you don't want backup videos, the price is only 8,000. If you want backup videos, the price is 10,000. See, everything is a dynamic. Now I don't want backup videos. Click on proceed to payment. If you click on proceed to payment, what is happening now? Razorpay is coming. If you click on proceed to payment, Razorpay is coming. So this payment gateway is my payment gateway or it is a Razorpay payment gateway, guys? Is it my payment gateway or it is a Razorpay payment gateway?
Razorpay payment.
So can I say this is also another company project, Razorpay?
Yes, sir.
Razorpay is another company project or not? So
Yes,
our project is working like this. So this is our front-end application and this is our back-end application. In this back-end application, WhatsApp is available, Razorpay is available, Teachable is available. 3 different projects we are integrated. So Ashoka IT project will communicate with the WhatsApp to send the messages. Ashoka IT project will communicate with the Razorpay for the payment gateway. Ashoka IT project will communicate with the Teachable to provide the video access for the student. To provide video access for the student, this is going to communicate with the Teachable. So can I say my application is a distributed application now? Guys, can I say my application is a distributed application?
Yes, sir.
What is the meaning of distributed application? If one project is communicating with the another project, then those are called as distributed projects. So in order to develop these distributed projects, we need to implement a concept called web services concept. We need to implement a concept called web services concept. It is a distributed technology which is used to develop distributed application. What is the meaning of distributed application? If one application is communicating with the another application, then those applications are called as distributed applications. If one application is communicating with another application, then those applications are called as distributed applications. Ashoka IT communicating with WhatsApp, Google Pay communicating with SBI, Make My Trip communicating with IRCTC. Any front-end application can communicate with the back-end application. The main purpose of these distributed applications are used for business to business communication, B2B. So WhatsApp is Teachable is doing business. Teachable is doing business. Ashoka IT doing business. Razorpay doing business. WhatsApp is doing business. For my business, I want their services. For my business, I want their services. I want to send the messages to the people. So WhatsApp platform is available. So they are doing business. I am also doing business. Business to business communication. To do my business, I want to talk to their business. Razorpay doing business, payment gateway. Ashok IT, you are doing course business, institute, training business. So Ashok IT providing trainings for the people. People want to do the payment. For payment, Razorpay is available. Ashok IT integrated with the Razorpay. Teachable company doing the business, cloud platform to store the videos for the people. So Ashok IT want to provide backup videos for the students. So that's why Ashok IT communicating with a teachable website to provide the videos. Third party application is developed by another company. So these two projects are my projects. And my project is going to communicate with the third party project. Third party project means developed by other company. Any project which is developed by other company that you are using is called as a third party company project or third party application. Third party means developed by other company. Are you guys able to understand this architecture? Are you guys able to understand this architecture?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So when you are talking about the web services, what is the meaning of web services? It is a distributed technology to develop the distributed application. If one application is communicating with the another application, then those applications are called as distributed applications. Okay. Now, so when we are going for distributed application development, I mean web services development, we have two approaches. What are the two approaches to develop the web services, guys? One is SOAP web services, another one is RESTful web services available. One is a SOAP based web service, another one is RESTful web service. So currently, which is trending in the market? SOAP web service is trending
RESTful.
or RESTful web service is trending?
RESTful web
RESTful
services.
web service.
SOAP web service is outdated in the market. Currently, people are going with the RESTful web services, which is trending. So what is the meaning of REST API, guys? What is the meaning of REST API? REST API means one distributed application which will provide the services to other application. So what is the REST API? REST API means one distributed application which will provide the services to other application. So some people will call REST API. REST API means a RESTful web service, or REST API means a microservice. You can say any name for that. So REST API, RESTful web service, microservice, you can say multiple things for that. So some people will call web service, some people will call REST API, some people will call it as a web service. You can say any name for that. Yesterday, some people has given a review. They want the notes with some diagrams and all that, guys. So from today onwards, I will maintain a Word document so I will be writing the notes in the Word document, so the diagrams also I can keep it for you. Are you clear? So web service. What is the meaning of web service? So it is a distributed technology which is used to develop the distributed applications. So web service is nothing but a distributed application which is used to develop distributed application. If one application is communicating with the another application, then that is called as a distributed application. Here I have given some scenarios for you. So Ashok IT project, WhatsApp project, Google Pay, Make My Trip, okay, front end application, back end application, all these things we can say as distributed projects. Now, when we are going to develop these distributed applications are used for business to business communication. Distributed applications are used for business to business communication, and these applications we can develop in two ways, guys. One is by using SOAP web services, another one is by using RESTful web services. SOAP web services got outdated in the market. Currently, people are using RESTful services only to develop the project. SOAP web services got outdated in the market. Currently, we are going for RESTful web services in the market. So what is the meaning of REST API? So any application which is going to communicate with the another application is called as a REST API. So what is the meaning of REST API? Any application which is communicating with the another application is called as a REST API. So REST API means we can say RESTful web service, we can say microservice, we can say web service also. When we are talking about the REST API, we can say multiple names for that. REST API means one distributed application which will provide services to other application. And what is the architecture of the REST API? REST API architecture. So when we are talking about the REST API architecture, so here multiple actors will be available in the REST API. Multiple actors will be available in the REST API. So who are those actors in the REST API? The actors are, one is a provider, another one is a consumer. So here actors, one is provider, another one is consumer. Who is called as provider and who is called as a consumer, guys? Who is called as provider? Who is called as consumer? Any application which is providing the services to other application is called as a provider application. So any application which is giving services to other application is called as a provider application. Any application which is providing the service to another application is called provider application. Any application which is taking the services from other application is called as a consumer application. So Ashok IT project is there and WhatsApp is available. Ashok IT communicating with the WhatsApp to get the details. And similarly, Make My Trip application available, IRCTC application is available. So Make My Trip application is communicating with the IRCTC application for the tickets booking. Make My Trip application communicating with the IRCTC application for the tickets booking. IRCTC is Indian government project which is providing the facility to book the tickets. So IRCTC giving the service, Make My Trip is consuming the service. Not only Make My Trip, guys, you can book the train tickets by using another website called yatra.com. There is another website available which is yatra.com. So can you book the train tickets by using Yatra? Flights, hotels, all days, buses? No. I think trains not available in the Yatra. GoIbibo, can you check GoIbibo website? Is it supporting for train tickets booking? Flights we can book by using, yes. Trains you can book by using GoIbibo also. So now can I say GoIbibo is also communicating with IRCTC now? Can I say GoIbibo is a government project or it is a private? Can you see here what is they are mentioning? What is the GoIbibo telling now? Come on, guys. Can you read this line?
IRCTC authorized partner.
IRCTC authorized partner.
Authorized partner.
That means what is the meaning of that? What is the meaning of
It is
that?
communicating with IRCTC application.
So if you want to book the train tickets by using Make My Trip, or if you want to book the train tickets by using GoIbibo, in the background, they are communicating with the IRCTC. So now can I say IRCTC is one provider, GoIbibo and Make My Trip are the consumers for the IRCTC? Okay,
Yes,
can
sir.
I say IRCTC is available? This IRCTC is acting as a provider, and for this provider, there are two consumers available. One is Make My Trip is available, another one is GoIbibo is available. So one provider can provide the services to multiple consumers. WhatsApp, only Ashok IT is using WhatsApp, so many other people also using WhatsApp. Come on.
Other applications.
WhatsApp is only for my project, huh? WhatsApp is for the public.
For public.
Yes. So can I say one provider, multiple consumers?
Yes.
Can I say one provider, multiple consumers? Make
Yes,
My
sir.
Trip
Yes,
is one consumer. GoIbibo is one consumer for the IRCTC. So this is consumer one. This is consumer one, and here this is consumer two. Consumer one is available, consumer two is available. Okay, one provider can provide the services to multiple consumers here. Consumer one and consumer two, IRCTC is acting as a provider now. So can anyone tell me what is the meaning of a provider again? Can anyone tell me what is the meaning of a provider? Guys, come on. What is the meaning of
An
a provider?
application which provides services to another application.
Which provide the services to the other applications. Any application which is providing services to other applications is called as a provider application. Any application which is providing the services to other application is called as a provider application. Now, so if you see our project architecture, now you need to tell me who is a provider and who is a consumer in the Ashok IT project. Who is a provider and who is a consumer in the Ashok IT project?
WhatsApp
WhatsApp,
user
Razorpay,
and teachable are the provider. Ashok IT is the consumer.
is the consumer.
WhatsApp is the
Ashok
teachable
ID is the
Here you need to
provider.
apply your brain, guys. Okay, so here if you observe, Ashok IT front-end application is a consumer application. Ashok IT front-end application is a consumer application, and it is provider for the front-end application. Provider, it is provider for front-end application. Yes or no? This is provider for my, this is Angular application is available, which is a consumer. So this is communicating, this is getting the services from Ashok IT. So Ashok IT backend application acting as a consumer, acting as a provider for the Ashok IT front-end application, and it is acting as a consumer for WhatsApp, consumer for Razorpay, plus consumer for Teachable. Yes or no? So Ashok IT application acting as a consumer for WhatsApp, Razorpay, and Teachable, and Ashok IT application acting as a provider for Ashok IT front-end application. Provider for Ashok IT front-end application. And these three are providers only. These three are providers. These all are the third-party applications which are developed by other companies. WhatsApp developed by one company, and Razorpay developed by another company, Razorpay developed by another company, Teachable developed by another company. These all are the providers, guys. So now, so these all are the providers. Ashok IT project acting as a consumer for WhatsApp, consumer for Razorpay, consumer for Teachable, and Ashok IT acting as a provider for Ashok IT front-end application. Ashok IT front-end application acting as a consumer for Ashok IT back-end application. Consumer for Ashok IT back-end application. Are you guys able to understand the diagram now?
Yes, sir.
So in the real time, the project's development will be like this. You will develop one front-end application. Your front-end application will communicate with one back-end application. That back-end application will communicate with some third-party applications. What is the meaning of third-party application here? Guys, what is the meaning of third-party application? Which is developed by other company. Any project which is developed by another company, that project is called as a third party. So here WhatsApp is a third party application, Razorpay is a third party application, Teachable is a third party application. So Ashok IT having front-end application, back-end application. Ashok IT front-end developed using Angular, back-end developed using Spring Boot. So this Ashok IT front-end application acting as a consumer for the back-end, this Ashok IT backend application acting as a provider for the Ashok IT front-end application, and this Ashok IT backend application communicating with the WhatsApp to send the messages, communicating with the Razorpay for the payment gateway, communicating with the Teachable to provide the video access for the people. So these all are the third-party applications, and they are acting as a providers. Now, so Ashok IT project communicating with these third-party projects. So third-party projects will give the access for free of cost, or we need to pay the money for them. Third-party people will give the service for free of cost, or they will charge the money for that.
They will charge.
They will charge the money for that. So here I am paying the money for these third-party companies, guys. What is the charge I am paying? WhatsApp charges. Okay, so I am paying for WhatsApp 35,000 for yearly license. Yearly license plus 50 paisa for each message. This is the amount I am paying for the WhatsApp. So WhatsApp is not giving the access for me free of cost to send the messages. In order to access the WhatsApp API to send the messages, 35,000 yearly license I will pay for the WhatsApp. That is license cost only. Then again, for each message I am sending, they will charge 50 paisa from me. I need to recharge my WhatsApp account. So once I do the recharge, then only I can send the messages to the WhatsApp. And coming to the Razorpay charges. Coming to the Razorpay charges. So here the Razorpay will charge 2% for each transaction. 2% for each transaction. That means if you pay some amount, in that 2% I need to pay for the Razorpay. Are you guys getting my point? 2% charges. And the Teachable is available. Teachable platform I am using. For a Teachable platform, yearly I am paying yearly license available for the Teachable 1.25 lakhs. 1.25 lakhs for yearly license. So these all are the amounts I am paying for the third-party companies in order to access. These are not free of cost, guys. So these third-party APIs are not free of cost. So for the Razorpay, 2% for each transaction. So if you pay 1,000 rupees, in that 1,000 rupees, so if you go to the Ashok IT website, and if you go and purchase any course in the Ashok IT website, enroll for course, if you take this Angular, and if you pay 8,000 rupees for the Angular course, I will not get the 8,000 rupees to my account. So in this 8,000 rupees, they will take 2% and the remaining amount only they will send it to my account. So Razorpay handling charges will be available. Razorpay handling charges will be available. 2% transaction fees will be available for the Razorpay. So if you pay 1,000 rupees, in that 1,000 rupees, 2% will be taken by Razorpay. Remaining amount only will come to my account. Okay, and the next one for WhatsApp. So here if you see my WhatsApp license, so I have taken the license for the WhatsApp here. In this license, I need to do the recharge. And first of all, yearly license cost I need to pay 35,000 rupees for yearly license only. And for each message I am sending, 50 paisa I have to pay for the WhatsApp. If amount is not available, messages I can't send. So if you see in my WhatsApp account, here the recharges will be available. Currently, I have done the recharge of $31. $31 balance is available in my account. If this amount is completed, then I can't send the messages. Again, I need to buy the credits. I need to do the recharge in the form of dollars. I have to pay the money. This is for message cost. For license cost, 35,000 per year. And Teachable, 1.25 lakhs, 1,25,000 I need to pay for yearly license to save the videos in the Teachable. So you are getting the videos access in the Teachable, right? So to store the videos in the Teachable, to give the videos access, for Teachable license, we have to pay. So I will show you that this is my Teachable account. So the plan is available. This September month, I have to renewal my plan. So yearly license will be available. My plan will be completed by September. So let me show you my Teachable planning here. The Teachable plan, yes. This is my current plan, $1,428 per year. Currently, I am paying for the Teachable to provide the videos access for you. Okay, so $1,428 per year. Monthly, if you take $120 per month. Yearly license, $1,428. If you calculate it, $1,428 per year, 1,428 multiplied by 85 rupees. Okay, 1,21,000 I am paying for Teachable per year, plus GST will be available. So 18,000, almost 1.5 lakh I have to pay for the Teachable platform to provide the videos here, to upload the videos in the Teachable, to store our videos in the Teachable. I am going for this $1,500 per year, which is costing me around 1.2 lakhs per yearly license. Then I can upload the videos in the Teachable. So to send the, to send the bulk SMS for the people, for the WhatsApp, I am paying 30,000 for yearly license, 50 paisa for each message I am paying. Okay, and Razorpay, if you do any online payment in the Razorpay, then 2% charges will be taken care by Razorpay. The remaining amount only they will give to my account. So in the remaining account also, suppose if you pay 10,000 rupees, 2% will go to Razorpay. In the remaining amount, 18% GST I have to pay for the government. Students will not pay the GST, but as a company, as a Ashok IT is a company, we need to pay the GST to the government. So how much amount we get to the bank account? From that amount, 18% GST we have to pay to the government. So if you give me 1 lakh rupees, 18,000 I will pay for the government as a GST amount. If you pay 10,000, 1,800 I will pay to the GST, government GST. Okay, so doing the business is not easy. Yes or no? How many of you know that these are the costs available in the website? These are the payment I am doing for this services. Anybody aware of this?
No, sir.
No.
No, sir.
Exactly, no, sir, but yeah, this charges are
Sorry?
exact charges I don't know, but I know that you're paying these charges.
Yes, sir. Good. So for teachable, 1.3, around 1.3 lakhs, 1,30,000 per year I have to pay. For Razorpay, 2% charges will be available. And apart from this 2%, that means 2% for the Razorpay, 18% for the GST, total 20%. That means 10,000 fees if you pay, 2,000 rupees I have to pay for the charges. 8,000 only I will get. If you pay 8,000 rupees to my account, in that 8,000 to GST, I have to pay for the government, remaining only I will get it. And for WhatsApp, yearly license for platform 35,000, for each message again 50 paisa. Okay, so this is how the business will run in the market, guys. So one project is communicating with the another project. So this WhatsApp will not give the service for free, and the Razorpay will not give the service for free. Teachable will not give the service for free. They all are the providers. They are doing the business. Ashok IT doing business, Teachable is doing business, Razorpay is doing business, WhatsApp is doing business. For my business, I have to pay money for them. Then they will provide the services to run my business. Now, without these services, I can't run my business. Without Teachable, people will ask for videos, and without Razorpay, online transaction not possible. Without WhatsApp, we can't send the messages for the students. To run my educational institute business, I have to communicate with the other company's business. This is called B2B communication. Business to business communication is available here. So one project is communicating with the another project. And one more important thing. So Ashok IT Java application is running, right? Where is this Java application running, guys?
AWS.
It is running in the cloud platform. So in that cloud also, I have taken one machine. I have taken one computer in the cloud. In that computer, I am running my application, I am running my database. For that, yearly license I am paying 35,000 for that computer. 35,000 rupees I am paying for 35,000 rupees I am paying for a computer in order to run my application. So Ashok IT project is a Java project, guys. To run this Java project, I have taken one Linux machine in the cloud. For that Linux machine, yearly charges 35,000 rupees I have to pay. Then only I can run the project. Otherwise, I can't run. Suppose if this project is developed by earlier, Ashok IT project is available in the PHP. For the PHP project, you no need to take a separate computer. When you go for the PHP project, now, when you go for PHP project, shared hosting concept will be available. So for 2,000 rupees, you can host your website if it is a PHP project. But for Java project, shared hosting is not available. For the Java projects, you need to go for VPS here, virtual private server. So if you go to GoDaddy, you will understand what is that virtual private server and what is the charges for that. So if your project is developed by using PHP, for running that project, the charges are very less, 2,000 rupees, 3,000 per year, sufficient to run your website. But if your project is developed by using Java, .NET, Python, then you need to take one separate server in the cloud that is called VPS, virtual private server. For virtual private server, the amount is more, cost is high. So if you see in the GoDaddy, if you want to develop and deploy your project, if you want to deploy your project in the GoDaddy, you need to go for VPS. Okay, so go to godaddy.com and let me show you the GoDaddy pricing for that. GoDaddy VPS hosting plans. VPS means virtual private server. So you need to take a VPS. That means they will give you one Linux machine. In that Linux machine, you need to run your application. Now you see here, 4 GB RAM if you are going for this one. So 1,200 rupees per month. 1,300 rupees per month you have to pay. But 4 GB RAM is very slow. I need to go for 8 GB RAM. So if I go for 8 GB RAM, 2,600 rupees, around 3,000 per month. So here, 12 months multiplied by 3,000, around 36,000 I have to pay for the GoDaddy to run my website. So these all are the charges that we need to pay in order to run our website. So approximately yearly, we are paying around 4 to 5 lakhs rupees for website management. Okay, so 35,000 rupees for the server and 35,000 rupees for WhatsApp, 1.5 lakh rupees for the Teachable and 2% for the Razorpay. So these all are the charges that we need to maintain. We need to pay these charges in order to run our website, in order to run our business. Are you guys clear with my point? So what is, now you got the basic idea. What is distributed application? What is the meaning of distributed application? How the projects will run in the real time?
And how much you pay for Zoom, sir? Zoom.
For Zoom, yearly, monthly, we will pay 45,000 rupees for the Zoom, sir. I will show you the Zoom bill also. Again, Zoom license is available for me. Every month, I am paying 45,000 rupees for the Zoom. I am having around 16 license in the Zoom. So if I go to the Zoom licensing, here I will show you the pricing of the Zoom. Monthly license, I need to pay for the Zoom. For the Zoom, every month I will pay 45,000 rupees. Yeah, here is the Zoom billing will be available. Account management billing. Yeah. So if I don't pay 45,000, Zoom license will not work. So Zoom is doing one business. So to run my business, I need to go for the Zoom. To conduct the Zoom classes, I have to pay the money for the Zoom. So my current plan in the Zoom, if you see my invoice history in the Zoom, 1 minute. So here you can see monthly payments that we are doing for the Zoom. Yes. So every month around 44,000 I am going to pay. So September 20th is the due date. Every month 20th is my due date. I have to pay the bill. July to August bill I have paid already. September bill is open. August to September 20 bill is open. So I have to pay 44,000 every month for the Zoom to conduct the Zoom classes. So you got it?
Based on what they charge, sir?
Sorry?
Based on what criteria they charge, sir?
For Zoom?
Yes, sir.
Zoom licenses, sir. Number of licenses you are taking for the Zoom. I am having 16 Zoom accounts. For 16 Zoom accounts, I am paying 45,000 per month. So running business means you need to have all this idea.
But sir, what is the use of that license?
To conduct the Zoom meeting, sir. Now I am taking a Zoom meeting for you now. To conduct this meeting, license is required. Without license,
we can't, sir, host it freely.
No, sir. Zoom will give you free, but when you go for free, for every 40 minutes, the meeting will get disconnected.
Oh.
Free meeting also you can conduct for 40 minutes only. Time limit will be there. And 100 people is the limit. 40 minutes is the time limit. After 40 minutes, automatically meeting will disconnect. If you want to continue for more than 40 minutes and more than 100 people, then you need to purchase the license. So like this, I have taken 16 licenses in the Zoom. For 16 licenses, we are paying 44,000 per month. And every month bill will be available. You can see monthly 44,000. Collected means I have done the payment. Open means this is the payment I have to do. Okay, forget about it. Are you guys clear with what is a distributed application and what is the purpose of distributed application? What is the meaning of distributed application? Come on, guys. If one project is communicating with the other project, now here in this diagram, are you able to understand who is a consumer and who is a provider? Sir, if you are developing this kind of projects with these integrations, then it is called as a real-time project only. Real-time project means not only, if you develop only bank application, that is real-time. If you develop e-commerce application, that is only real-time. If you develop health insurance project, that is only real-time. So this Ashok IT project is also a real-time project because whatever scenarios are there in the real-time, everything I have added in this project. So full stack application, front end, back end available, third party integrations available, Teachable integration, Razorpay integration, WhatsApp integration, all these integrations. and these third-party providers are giving the services by charging money from me. So I have explained to you what are the charges I am paying for these companies also. What are the charges I am paying for these companies also? I have given you the charges list also. For WhatsApp, you need to pay the money. For Razorpay, you need to pay the money. For Teachable, you need to pay the money. For the Zoom, we need to pay the money. To run this website, we need to pay the money. So a lot of hidden charges are available to run this business. Now here, I'm explaining about what is a consumer application and what is provider application. So any application which is taking the services from the other application is called as a consumer application. Any application which is giving the services to other application is called provider. Now, Ashok IT front-end application is Angular, that is a consumer, that is taking the services from the back-end application. Back-end application is providing the services to the front-end application. Then this back-end application is acting as a consumer for WhatsApp, acting as a consumer for Razorpay, acting as a consumer for Teachable. So Ashok IT backend is playing both the provider role as well as consumer role also. Are you getting my point? My backend project is acting as a consumer as well as a provider. So this is a provider for the front-end application, and it is a consumer for the WhatsApp, consumer for Razorpay, consumer for the Teachable. Are you clear with my point? You got the clarity? The REST API architecture and what is the provider and what is the consumer now? What is the provider and what is consumer? You got the clarity now. So which is called as a provider and which is called as a consumer? Any application which is providing services to other application is called as a provider application. Any application which is taking the services from the other application is called as a consumer. So I have given 3 different scenarios here. So Ashok IT with WhatsApp. Ashok IT is a consumer, WhatsApp is a provider. IRCTC is a provider, Make My Trip and Go IBBO is a consumer. And I have given you full-fledged architecture of my project, my front-end application communicating with my backend, my backend application giving the services to the front-end. Front-end will talk to backend, backend will send the data to front-end. And my backend application will communicate with WhatsApp, my backend application will communicate with Razorpay, my backend application will communicate with the Teachable also. So this is the REST API architecture. So we are trying to understand a web services concept. What is the meaning of web services? Web service is nothing but a distributed technology which is used to develop distributed application. So what is the meaning of distributed application? Any application which is communicating with the another application is called as a distributed application. So distributed applications we can develop in 2 ways. One is by using web services, so SOAP web services concept. Another one is by using RESTful services. SOAP web services concept got outdated in the market. Currently, we are going for the REST API concept. So when we are going for the REST API, provider will be available and consumer will be available. So the application which is providing the services to other applications is called as a provider, and the application which is taking the services from other application is called as a consumer. And one more important thing, so here the distributed applications are interoperable, guys. Provider and consumer applications should be interoperable. Provider and consumer applications should be interoperable. What is the meaning of interoperable? What is the meaning of interoperable? Any idea? Interoperability. What is the meaning of interoperable, guys? Interoperable means, so here these projects, WhatsApp project developed by using which technology? I don't know. Razorpay developed by using which technology? I don't know. Teachable developed by using which technology? I don't know. Okay, so here, irrespective of the technology, one project is communicating with the another project, that is called interoperability. So Java project can communicate with the Python project. Java project can communicate with the .NET project. Java project can communicate with the Angular project. Okay, so irrespective of the technology, if one project can communicate with the another project, then those are called as interoperability. Distributed applications should maintain interoperability, guys. So when we are developing the distributed applications should maintain interoperability. So what is the meaning of interoperability? If one technology project is communicating with the another technology project now, then that is called as interoperability. Java project should be able to communicate with the Python project. Python project should be able to communicate with the .NET. Java should be able to communicate with the Angular, and Java should be able to communicate with the React. Then these applications are called as interoperable applications. Interoperability means language independent and platform independent. Java is communicating with the Python project. My Java project is communicating with the .NET project. My Java project can communicate with the Node.js project. Irrespective of the technology, irrespective of the platform, if one project is communicating with the another project, then those are called as interoperable applications. So to develop the interoperable applications, we can use SOAP web services and we can use RESTful services also. SOAP web services and RESTful services also we can use. So currently SOAP web services are outdated in the market. We are going for RESTful services. So what is the meaning of REST API? REST API means one distributed application which will provide the services to another distributed application. REST API architecture. In this REST API, provider will be available, consumer will be available. Provider and consumer applications should be interoperable. Irrespective of the technology, one application should be able to communicate with the another application. Three scenarios I have given for the provider and consumer. Can one application act as a both provider and consumer, guys? Can one application act as a both provider and consumer?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Can one application act as a both provider and consumer? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. So our project is the example. So my project is acting as a provider and consumer, right? So for the front-end application, my project is provider. For third-party applications, my project is a consumer. So one project can play both roles. One project can act as a provider as well as can act as a consumer also. Is this clear now? Is this clear now?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
My project is acting as a consumer for the third-party applications and it is acting as a provider for the front-end application. Now here, so when we are developing the distributed applications, when one application is communicating with the another application now, we are going to use JSON as a mediator, guys. So how my front-end application will communicate with the back-end application? So what is the mediator? The mediator between consumers and provider is a JSON. Consumer application and provider application will exchange the data by using JSON format. Okay. So when we are going to develop the distributed applications now, then we need to use JSON. Consumer and provider applications will communicate or will exchange data using JSON format. So if you want to develop any web services or if you want to develop any distributed applications, the important thing is JSON. We need to understand what is JSON, how to work with the JSON. Without JSON, we can't develop the REST API. So REST API provider and consumer will communicate by using JSON data. So we should know what is JSON and how to deal with the JSON. Then only we can develop these kind of distributed applications. If you know what is JSON, then only we can develop these kind of applications. So we need to understand what is JSON, how to work with JSON. Along with that, we need to understand what is HTTP protocol. The REST API execution will happen through HTTP protocol, request and response. So the prerequisites to learn the REST API is JSON data and HTTP protocol. So if you know what is JSON, what is HTTP, then we can develop the REST APIs like this. So can you guys do some analysis on JSON data and HTTP before coming to tomorrow's session? Guys, come on. Can you do some research on HTTP protocol and JSON data before coming to tomorrow's session? Without
Yes,
having
sir.
the knowledge on the JSON and HTTP, you cannot develop the REST APIs. Okay, so I will be updating these notes, guys. I will maintain the yesterday. Some people shared the reviews for me. They want the material in this format. Okay, fine. So I will write the Word document. I will use the diagrams also so that it will be easy for you to read it. From now onwards, I will follow this approach. Fine now? Yes. Yeah, anybody having any questions on the topic today, what we discussed? Anybody having any questions on the topic that we discussed?
Sir, in interoperability, what is the meaning of independent platforms, sir?
Windows
I can
machine,
understand what is
Linux machine. So if your project is running in the one project running in the Windows, another project running in the Linux, still they can communicate. One project developed by using Java, another project developed by using .NET, still they can communicate. That is interoperability. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Hello, sir. You have
Yeah.
shown Ashok IT website, sir.
Yes.
In this, in that website, Razor Pay is available, sir. When you are clicking Razor Pay to payment options, it will open the one form, sir, to pay the payment.
Yes,
It
sir.
coming from Ashok IT website or Razor
No,
Pay
sir, that is
website,
third
sir?
party screen, sir. Razor Pay screen will come from third party. That is the integration. That screen,
sir.
whatever we developed, it is not our screen. That is third party.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Good, sir. And today we are starting advanced Java free batch, guys. If anybody of your friends want to learn advanced Java, you can tell them that advanced Java free batch is starting today. So if you go to this login page of Ashok IT, that advanced Java free batch poster is available. So just 20 to 25 days, advanced Java free batch will be there. Like what is JDBC? So it is for freshers who are learning core Java. They can learn this advanced Java basic concepts to understand Spring Boot easily. What is JDBC, what is servlet, what is server, what is MVC architecture. They can learn as part of this advanced Java concepts. So please share this poster with your friends who are interested to learn. They can learn for free of cost. Okay, good. Thank you, guys. So with this,
Hello, sir.
Yeah, hi.
If you start, sir, core Java free batch, then, sir, please let us know because I have to revise it, sir.
Sure, sir. Definitely.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. So I'm stopping now.
Suchar?
I will update this material in the website. So
Hello.
please follow this and please prepare JSON and a HTTP before coming to tomorrow's session. That is very, very important.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yeah, hi, tell me.
Sir, you told that you are going to share that mock interview link.
I forgot it, sir. I will share it. Okay. Yeah, thank you, guys. Have a great day. We'll meet tomorrow.